Hello, hello, good evening. It is Nemi Batstone here at Nemi's Crafty Cafe. It is Sunday, November 5th, not Thursday. So I'm happy to be here right now. I'm sorry I am a minute or two late. There seems to be some upgrades with Facebook. And so I had a couple glitches, had to figure that out. The usual. So if you're here, please do say hello, say hi, tell me where you're from. Are you comfy? I hope so, because, we have a few cards to make. I'm just trying to make sure I can, there it is. I can see myself, and I blocked my monitor, so that was not very smart of me. Okay, so I'm just gonna make sure I can see. They've made changes, and so it's a little harder to see everything, so I'm just trying to get this to work properly. Otherwise, I can't see your comments. Ta-da, no surprise there. Okay, so how y'all doing? It is, oh, I got it. Hello, Michelle. Hello, Lena. Oh, hello, Kathy. Thank you for joining me today. Okay, so I have a bit of a delay, I see. Okay, but it's not too bad. So that's a good thing. Hello, hello. So thank you. Whew, it's been a complete crazy weekend, but not as bad as next weekend is going to be. I've got some glare, so I'm just gonna, there we go. I'm gonna shut that off for a minute. Yeah, so what did I do? Oh, Friday night, I literally drove all over the place. So for those of you that don't know, Cooks Creek is about 20 minutes northeast of Winnipeg. So I had to rush to my son's school, grab them lunch or dinner, rush them to Murdoch McKay in Transcona for his first 4:30 volleyball game. Then I had to drive back to Cooks Creek with my youngest so he can go to a birthday party. Then I went back to Miles Mac to pick up my son and pull him off the volleyball court so we could drive to the northwest of the city to Garden City so that he could play an 8:35 soccer game. So that finished at 9:45 and then drove home finally, but had to pit stop, pick up my son who was being watched by the neighbors because they attended the same birthday party. So thank goodness I didn't have to drag him. And then on Saturday, was my husband's birthday. So I spent literally like all morning, like I was up. You don't even want to know what time I was up. And made him his favorite birthday cake, homemade lasagna, Caesar salad, homemade loaf, garlic bread, shebang. We went to Activate, then we went to soccer, then had dinner, and then went to bed early. Thank goodness for time change. So did everybody remember time change? Anybody run into issues? But then we had to be at soccer for 7:30, U of M, South End, 45 minutes away. So got home really late and just hopefully I'm prepared for today. Anyway, I've been preparing all week, but you always forget something, right? Isn't that always the case? Anyhow, I don't want to talk too long, but I do want to say thank you. I wanted to say thank you to all of you who always come on here on Facebook and either catch my replay, are patient with the fact that I send you the cards I make late, for ordering with me, and most importantly, helping me achieve the top 50 overall performers in Canada. There are hundreds and thousands of demonstrators across Canada, and to be in the top 50 of them with them is huge. Like obviously the top 10 is a lot harder, but it's not my full-time job. My full-time job is 10 hours a day, Monday through Friday. And so I'm usually spending I'm dragging my stuff with me to soccer practices and cutting paper. I spend my weekends prepping for classes and retreats because I love it. I love what I love what Stampin' Up! Does for me and what it brings and what I can share with all of you. So I just wanted to say thank you. And I'm so privileged and humbled to be amongst some of the top demonstrators across Canada. It's not an easy feat, and I really appreciate it. I honestly didn't think I was going to be in the top 50 overall performers because I took 3 months off to, you know, help around the home. But to still be in the list, and last year I was 39 and this year I was 45. So to only drop six steps or 6 levels was wow, shocker. So hopefully I can make up for it this year. Okay, so welcome to the first of 4 Christmas series. Usually around Christmas time, I usually like to do some inspirational stuff for you to help you get started. So today is one of those free classes for this week. And in this free class, we will do 3 for sure, and hopefully I can do a 4th one, which I just created this week, but haven't really assembled. So hopefully that'll go well. And then the way this usually works is when I do my free classes like this is if you place an order with me this week using the hostess code, which I will put on the table here, then I will ship you the kit for free, pretty much. So you'll get a kit with all of it. I just don't do any of the stamping because I can't. I'm not allowed. Stampin' Up! Policy. But you can do all the stamping. So I tried to make these things quick and simple and easy, or these projects. It will also be gift boxes, treat bags, things like that I'll share with you in here as well. So don't think that it is just all be cards. And if there is something specific you want, would like to see, then place it in the comments below and I will design it and share it with you, and hopefully it'll meet what you actually need or want. Okay, so let's get you flipped and moving here. So, oops, I forgot to remove my keyboard. So I will do that. Drop you down as well. Turn my light back on so we can kind of reduce some of that shadow that is happening here. Hopefully that's good. Hopefully. And I'll get us plugged in so I don't die of battery on you. Oakley dokley. I think we're good. Still a bit of a shadow. Oh, not too bad. Okay, let's get this guy out of the way. Okay. So I just have a few reminders. So if you order this week, this is the hostess code you need to use. So if I see orders under that hostess code, then that tells me, because it gives me your address and everything, then I know where to ship these kits to. They will be mailed to you as you see it here. And then we'll go from there. So they are free. It's nothing, like if you're a Prairie Grass Stamper and you're part of my team, same thing, you get the instructions for free. Like, that's just the way it always rolls with me. Just a reminder, yeah, if you're part of my team, you get everything for free except for workshops and retreats, which you get a discount on. So Christmas Bingo is this Thursday, November 9th. There's still lots of room. I leave it open right until the day it starts because I ship you your tags afterwards. And we're doing jumbo tags. So we're making 4 jumbo tags. One of them's a shaker. So super excited about those. And then we'll play bingos, which is all cash prizes. So your registration fee of $25 for bingo goes into the pot, and then I split that pot. Whatever cash was brought in, I just give back in Stampin' Up! Dollars. So you get all the credits, you win the game, you get to pick whatever you want from the catalog, and then I ship it to you. That's it. It's super fun, and it's just a fun night of hanging out. And this Sunday is our interactive mini album class, right? With all these beautiful pockets and fun stuff. So can't wait to do that. So there is a little bit of room, but not too much. And we have our no frills crop Christmas kits to go. And then I'm going to have a customer appreciation and craft sale at the end of the month of December, just before New Year's Eve. And the reason why I pushed it to December is because the new catalog product orders, so we'll be playing with the new stuff. It won't be available to purchase until mid-December, so I can't get that. Be prepared fast enough for you. Okay, I got my green tea ready to keep my palette wet, and we're ready to roll. Any questions? No, don't see anything. Okay, so let's begin. So our first card is, okay, so these are simple for now, and then we'll progress through the weeks, but we will have to do a little bit of magic. Anyway, so I just finished a couple house parties, stamping parties. So I stole some of the creations from there and twisted some of them up. So this one uses Joy of Noel stamp set and the Joy of Christmas designer series paper. So your kit comes like so. And this is one of my favorite simple designs. So if you have to make a ton, like I don't know how many Christmas cards you have to make, but my list is growing and it's not shrinking. So I had to come up with cards that are real simple. Okay, I gotta take off my sweater because I'm sweating, and I got my soccer shirt on. Yes, no frills crop on the 25th. Kathy, honestly, I haven't been promoting it that much because I honestly believe we're going to have close to 15 people showing up. So I don't know what your limit is, but I know the hall holds 24 very nicely. So so I've been kind of not pushing it as much, but I'm still mentioning it. Okay, so let me know if you think we're going too far already. Okay, so not a lot of layering, but simple layering. And what I really love about this card is you can use a lot of your scrap, so you don't have to waste. And that's what I want to show you here, is how to not waste. So it looks like I cut this crooked, so I got to make sure I use the straight side. So this is just a 2-inch strip of designer series paper that I had left. And I'm like, I don't want to waste it. There's so many simple designs and things. So you can go portrait if you like, or you can go landscape. And in my design, I went landscape. Woohoo. Okay, well, that's good. That's good. I'm glad you're okay with that. And then I didn't want a really strong ribbon because I really love the designer series paper on this. So we've just got our the sheared 3/8-inch ribbon, which was on back order forever. So that's something to keep in mind. So this is real simple. All you need is your adhesive and the sentiment. So like I said, we're going to use Joy of Noel. Now this is a polymer stamp. Here it is. Found it. So we're going to use this, our matte, piercing matte, which I've been using a lot lately. And then we're just going to pick a sentiment. So I am picking Making Spirits Bright. Look how red and pink mine is because we've used it so much. I had 2 classes, like 2 parties, and we use this red a lot. So there's a piece on there that I don't want to end up. Now I'm stamping straight onto the card front. And the reason I'm doing that is if I make a mistake and I don't stamp nicely, I can add a card front layer. Sorry, I'm just trying to get this off. There's a piece of black on there. There we go. And I don't want it to leave a mark. Like when you stamp and you have lint or something on there, or a piece of dirt, I'll just wipe it on my chamois just in case. What happens is you'll see that when you stamp. You'll see like, why do I have this missing blob? That's why. Okay, so we need cherry cobbler. So I'm gonna grab my cherry cobbler here because we're just pulling the colors out of that. So you could use any color, but I really like the red. So I'm gonna grab that. I'm just gonna do a quick test to make sure I'm good. Let me test that again. Just wanna make sure it's straight. Didn't look like it was very straight. There we go. Okay. So we'll try that one more time. Okay, and I'm just gonna put that in the bottom right-hand corner. Now, I can't put my head in the way. So when I can't go straight, I go like this and I go vertical because I can't see whether or not I'm straight on. There we go. So I'm just gonna stamp that real quick and lift. Oh, perfect. Beauty. Love it. Okay. That is cherry cobbler. Now I'm gonna grab some shaded spruce. And this comes with a couple of the little cute little leaves there. Holly, right? Holly, is that what that is? Somebody correct me, because I'm terrible at all that stuff. Whew, green on me already. Ta-da! Okay, so I'm gonna grab a little tiny A blocks, and I'm gonna make my own little trio of holly. And maybe I'll do, did I do 2 or did I do 3? I think I did only 2. So one is bigger than the other. So I'm gonna make 1 again. Cannot see. So I'm gonna go 1 here. There we go. Oh, I just put my arm in the ink. Okay. Wow. I'm still lacking sleep from trying to get everything done this weekend. I literally lost a day. No word of a lie. Like I said, you don't even want to know what time I went to bed. Or if I even went to bed. To be honest, I didn't even go to bed. I took cat naps for 2 days. Okay. Not because I had to stamp. Just because I had so much stuff to do. And I have to play catch up. Okay. So that's that. So that turned out great. So if it doesn't turn out, then you would put a piece of white on there, which I didn't include in your kit. But you should have scrap white lying somewhere. Okay, so these are just, like I said, leftover strips. Move that out of the way. So all we're going to do is glue that on. So this works out great because I can use my grid paper. Did you notice my grid paper actually says on stage? And I'm prepping and pumping myself up for the fact that we have on stage in person on November 10th, 11th, 10th? No, 11th, Remembrance Day. It's on Remembrance Day, which is weird. Weird for us because we're Canadian. Obviously not weird for you Stampin' Up because they don't celebrate. Theirs is Veterans Day, right? I believe. So I don't think they realized Canada had a holiday. So anyway, so we're just gonna, I'm using my grid paper so that I know, and I'm gonna leave it about 1/4 of an inch along the top. So that's why I'm lining this up with my grid paper. And your pieces in your kit might be slightly longer, and that's purposely done because I always want to make sure I give you enough. Because if I cut incorrectly, then at least I know you can just trim it and you're not short. There we go. So it's about 1/4 inch, and then we're going to do the other side. So I'm just making sure I got the flat side because look, I cut crooked. And put some glue there. And then we're just going to do this side. Okay. There we go. And line up that side. Perfect. So I should be about 1/4 inch on either side. And I gotta pull this one just a bit because I'm off. Okay. Not bad. Now, before we glue that on, I lost my, oh, there they are. I have 2 pieces of ribbon that will be in your kit, and one is shorter, obviously, than the other. One is about 4 inches, so we're just going to, I'm just going to use Scotch tape. You can use tear tape as well. And we're just going to attach this to the back. So this is my little trick because our ribbon goes on back order real quick, especially if it's the pretty stuff like this. And so I like to conserve, and because the back isn't really being shown, and if you have like 20 cards to make, this 3 inches of, or 2.5 inches of ribbon space here, or 1/2 inch, 1 inch, and you're making 20 cards, that's a lot of ribbon that gets wasted and not seen. Like when I say wasted, you're not wasting the ribbon, but it's just not seen because it's on the back. So why wrap it all the way around and then trim any excess when you don't need it? So now we just go in and tie a bow. Now, some people like to tie a knot first. And honestly, I don't. So you can tie a knot. And if you don't like bows, just tie a knot. Then you'll have extra ribbon in your kit when you get it from me. Or you just tie a bow, right? So you can do bunny ears, or you could do what I just did, which is the loop-de-loop. And just pull that till it's nice and tight and the way you want it. And then you're good. Now, what's really also fun about this, which I've told you many, many times already, is when you do this, then if you had the full length of the card, you can now move your bow up and down. So if you're like, oh, I don't like it on the left, I want it on the right, you can easily slide it. This case, I'm just making sure it's in the middle. There we go. And if you wanted to, you could add a mini glue dot to the back of that, and you would have, that way it just doesn't move. So that's a choice, really, up to you. Okay, so there we go. And then I'm just gonna fix my ends because they're a little frayed and funny looking. There we go. And back in my little box. And then we'll glue this on to the front. And then when you're done as well, you can add a sentiment to the inside. So I'm just going to just keep using my liquid glue, which if it's running low, got another tip for you on how to use up all that glue really, really well. And then we're just gonna line that up, leaving about 1/2 inch along the top, or as I like to say, just center it. Center it according to your sentiment and the top, whatever works. There we go. You could use dimensionals if you wanted to as well. I just gotta tilt it up to make sure I'm straight. And our first card is done. Now you could add some bling to this. Let me see. Where's mine? Oh, there it is. Okay, so Festive Pearls, my favorite, comes with all the different colors. So gold, silver. I'll use this pack because Festive Pearls was my giveaway last month. So I have quite a bit of it. But it comes with the red, the blue, the silver, and the gold. So I thought it was pretty cute when you take 3 of these and add them to the bottom to make them look like they are berries. Now, if you don't have these Festive Pearls, another option is you can take rhinestones and just color them with your blends. So that's the sample I showed you there. And then you can stick 3 of those on there as well. There you go. This was going to be my swap card for on stage, but then I came up with another design. So, and I was like, because on stage, I have to make 20 swap cards. So I was like, when I have 20 swap cards and it has to have a layer and use at least 1 embellishment, I like to keep things simple. Right? We tend to, as avid stampers, go above and beyond without thinking and then realizing, just keep it simple, right? Because when you mass produce for Christmas, these are things you have to think of. If you have to color and spend an hour coloring each card and you have to make 30, That's 30 hours. I don't have 30 hours. So, that's my card. So give me a thumbs up or a heart or whichever if you like that card. So, and thank you. Now you could also stamp the inside obviously as well. Oh, good. There's some likes. Hallelujah. So I always like to ask you. So this was my original, and I put additional, I don't know if you can see it, but I did put more gems here onto the surface, but I felt it wasn't as visible. So the house party I did use, they used rhinestones, and that was a little more obvious on there. And we used a different ribbon. I gave them options and they chose this. So I was like, okay, that is fine by me. So this is ready to go. So again, you would get all of this, except for I cannot stamp, and I won't give you the jewels, just because you can use whatever you want. So options. Okay. So my next card was a card that was given to us as a challenge. So, don't know if you know this, but Rhonda Wade is actually my mentor. I've been taking lessons from her, training from her. I shouldn't say lessons, training from her for a few years now. And she's been absolutely amazing. And honestly, I honestly believe that I'm in the top 50 because of her advice and her guidance. And there's some amazing demonstrators who are also in the top 10, 15, 20 in the US and Canada who take her training. And so the other great thing is I get opportunity from them, I should say. Sorry, I had to take a sip of my green tea to learn. So this one uses the trucking along. So I just shared that story because, oh, I'm crooked, sorry. And to share that story because this card, Brenda Quintana, she gives us challenges every week or every 2 weeks. And this is a column card that was created by Rachel Tessman. So we had to create this fun fold. So I don't want to take it out of the package because I don't want to ruin the fun. Ha ha ha, no pun intended. So this is a fun fold that folds into a cube/column. So if that makes sense. So let me show you how to create it, and then you'll see how quickly it turns into a really fun card. Now, what I love about this design, again, if you're making tons of Christmas cards, super easy to make. You can use designer series paper. Actually, my plan was to use designer series paper, so I have it all cut and prepped here. So I'll probably make it and share it and see which one you like more. But I decided to go with the classic look that Rachel did, which was really fun. Changed my own center. So you can change this to whatever you want. Circles, squares, rectangles, however you like. So we are going to do squares. Oops, just to get that going. Okay, so your pack. In here, I've already done the embossing for you. So I used... Can you see it? Oh yeah, you can see it. The snowflake embossing folder that goes with the very cute, right, stamp set. And, oh, we won't need that. Oh yeah, we do. We need that for scrap. And then there's a stitch square. And in this one, which is the largest stitch square from Styling Shapes Dies. And then this one, I just did a 1/16 border, and I thought that was too small. So I cut a 3-inch square so that can fit in there quite nicely and give you a little bit. So you can do these in any colors. This is what I really love. This one I did with the hatch, trying to kind of get the whole tire look going, but I didn't really like it, nor did anybody else. So everybody used either the brick, either whichever way, or the snowflake, which was kind of neat to see. And then we need this to stamp. No, we don't. Sorry, I lied, because we're stamping right onto the square. So let's get our stamping done first, and then I'll show you how easy this goes together and how quickly you can make 20 of those. Okay, let's get our scrap here, because again, we have another polymer stamp. So has anybody played with the trucking? Do you have any tips or advice? Oh, Sorry, paper just fell. Whew, that scared me. Tips or advice on how to do your stamping on here. Because I find that most of the time I do the outline first and then the shadow. But I find with this one, I've had to do the shading first, and then I do my outline, because I find it very hard to line up. So tell me if I'm crazy or not. Feel free. So I'm going to do, this one I did a balmy blue truck. And I'm thinking the ones that I did, you know, I might do a yellow. Because when I did these for our class for bingo, I did a yellow truck. And I really like the yellow truck. So I'm a little torn. Yellow or blue? So what do you think? And I think I used crushed curry, because it's like that vintage look, right? Blue or yellow? Suggestions? While you're thinking, and I'm waiting for someone to tell me if I should do a blue or yellow truck, I am going to get these stamps ready. And blue. Okay, thank you, Kathy. That's the first one I saw. So we're going to do blue. So I need Festive. And I also need the road, or the dust, as they like to say. So I'll put yellow away. I'm going to do blue. Move my card so I don't make a mess. We need that one. Just going to make sure this is on there well. And we need clouds. Clouds, clouds, clouds. So I just used, there's two. So I just used the shadow cloud. I didn't bother tracing it or anything like that. But these make really great gift tags. Okay, which is why I did the gift tag bingo, because I was like, oh, and jumbo size too. Okay, so what did I do with my stitched square? Okay, I had my stitched square right here, folks. What did I do with it? Oh my, this is why I love crops, because when we get together and you lose something on your desk, someone goes, oh, you mean that piece right there? And I'll be like, yeah, that piece. Okay. What the heck? Seriously, I lost it. Anybody see it? Thanks, Michelle. Blue is my favorite color too. I mean, I always loved red. Then you have boys and you go, oh. Okay, I'm going to have to cut a new one because I seem to be MIA here. I seem to have lost my square. So just give me a second here while we try and cut a new one. I'm still here. Oh. It's probably right in front of me and I just can't see it, right? Anybody else see my little blue square? Wait, let me get this on the machine and cut a new one. Should have had two prepped already. Okay. Oh, what I should have did was just pulled it from the other kit. Oh well. Okay. Since I have the kits already prepped. Okay. Let's try that again. Okay, I have these prepped, and then I'm like, wait a second. I need my truck. Excuse me, but I need my truck. Now what did I do with the truck? Oy vey. Ladies and gentlemen, hold on to your seats. Is it stuck to the back of my stamp? No. You ever do that? You lose your stamps and then they're on like the back of your card. Hang on. Maybe it's in here and seriously, what did I do with it? Aha! Look! There it is. I lost it. Check your sleeve or the floor. That's what, exactly, right? Look, it's stuck on the back. It's right there. Oh my goodness. Hey, Alana, how's it going? You going crazy yet? I'm obviously going crazy. Check out my on-stage paper. Just thought I'd let you see that. Okay, so that was hilarious. Sometimes it's on my chair. We were at one crop, and yeah, we couldn't, somebody lost a stamp. I can't remember who it was. Was it Marie? I can't remember. Anyway, it was stuck to her sleeve, but it was probably me. Guaranteed. It's usually me. Okay. Wow. Okay, I'm just gonna do a quick test. Perfect. It's the right shape. I had to take out some of my ink from my Balmy Blue because it was just way too dark. Oh, goodness. That's hilarious. Okay, so we're gonna stamp. I'm gonna use my grid as a marker because I need to leave space for my sentiment and for the dirt. So we're gonna go, oh, maybe right about there. So anyway, if you've already used this stamp multiple times, please do share any ideas or best ways to do this, because we only got one shot right now. Oh, I lost my Knight of Navy. Hang on. There it is. Well, that's not true. We have more than one shot, but I'd like to do it in one shot and not waste your time watching me make more mistakes. Okay, clean that off. And we'll grab our tracer and get that on there. So I'll use this as a sample. So when you're stamping this, what I find is the window and the two wheel wells fit and line them up there. So you'll see these white spots. It's kind of like the markers of where the sun shines. So when you line this up, if I do this right, you should get a pretty decent lineup. That actually worked pretty good. So let's see if we can be lucky a second time. So again, I'm using the window, the bottoms of the wheel wells, and trying to line that up. And then making sure those shaded lines are just below the wheel well top. Oh boy, I hope that's good. Now, if it's not, yes, beauts. So if it's not, my trick is you take blends and fill in the holes. That's my trick. Now, I am so not good at this. I've done it so many times, but it does come with a stamp that allows you to color in, or stamp, sorry, your wheels and the center, but I suck at it. So my tip, what I like to do, and when I'm going, I take this with me when I'm at soccer practice because it's easy. I'll stamp it all, and then I'll just bring my blends and a piece of cardboard, you know, from the paper pumpkin kits. And then I sit in the bleachers and I literally color. So easy to pack along while I'm sitting there waiting 2 hours for my kids to finish soccer. Practice, practice. I don't distract myself in the game, just in practice. There we go. So that's done. So now I'm going to take light smoky slate and color in the, oh, I guess that was the handle. Oh, I should have left that. That's usually the window. The bumpers, and then give a little shadow on these lines here for the wheel wells. The wheels. Ugh, can't speak. Okay, so we got that done. Now I'm going to grab crumb cake. So you can use whichever brown. Now, if you don't have this stamp set, you could also just take a crumb cake marker and just create your own dirt. I mean, we used to do that all the time. Just going to make sure, because I changed the pad. And then I'm just going to, I mean, that's good. Okay, and then I'm just going to line that up underneath the two wheels and then just keep going until I have none left. So all that ink is there. And we get a little bit of shadow, different shades. And then now we just need to stamp our sentiment, which I'm going to do in Night of Navy. Again, guess I could have did that first. So I'll grab that Night of Navy. And this one's a sentiment that says, wishing you a festive Christmas. And I think I can do it straight on. Wish me luck. Okay, so we're going to try and find that center again and stamp that. There we go. Perfect. Now we just need our clouds, and this piece is done. So I'm going to use Pool Party for my clouds and 3 generations. So I should have enough ink, maybe. Sorry, we were using this a lot, so I want to make sure I do have enough ink on here. So we're going to stamp one about there, another one there. Oh, it didn't work. Oh, the dots worked. Okay, we're going to fix that like so. And a third. And I can take some of that shading and that's left and add that on there, or not. Maybe not, because those dots. Okay, don't do that because those stitched worked last time, but maybe I didn't do the stitching on everyone else's. And add that in. Okay, I will fix that. So, I don't like that, so I'm going to fix it right now because I don't have another sample for you. There we go. Looks okay. And then I still don't like it. Let's just use light Pool Party, color that in. So the stitched marked up on there. So now I don't want that stitch to show. And we'll just make this one a little darker. It'll dry lighter, just so you know. Okay, now we just have to put that on. And then now I'll show you the fun column card assembly. Yep, yep, yep. Which I've been keeping a secret from you. So, and I didn't even show you. Let's clean these up. Let's clean these up and get them out of the way, because we don't need it. Do I need Festive again? I think I use this one again, but I like to mash up my sets because then you go farther with what you got. Okay. Those need to be cleaned up. So you can, if you want, you can use dimensionals and pop that up. We should be, you know what, I'll do that because we should be good. We should be good. I'm just thinking of mailing. Mailing, you should be fine. So add that stripper, add that. So does anybody have any crafting plans this week? How many are you crafting and starting to prep for your Christmas gifts? Maybe you have, besides family and friends, do you have any other groups or anything that you give cards to, or do you participate in craft fairs or anything like that? Would love to see. I have crafting plans. Oh, Alana, I know you have crafting plans. You have tons of crafting plans. Okay. Especially with Onstage and Team Appreciation next weekend. It's going to be a busy one. Okay. So, like I said, I have these two pieces, so they are 1/8 of an inch smaller. So they are these two are 1 3/8 inches wide by 5 3/8. And then this one, I think I did 1 1/8 by 5 3/8. Because it's the edge. So your piece in your kit will come like this, folded because I can't fit it in the envelope. And then it'll also be scored for you already. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see some of those? Oh yeah, you can sort of see. So these score lines are going to be about 1.5 inches apart. So after you do your card front, which should be 4 1/4, right? Let's make sure I did this right. 4 1/4. Yep. Okay. And then 1.5 inches all the way through. So 4 1/4, score your first one, and then 5 3/4, 7 1/4, and then 8 1/4. And then all you're going to do, because this is a column or a cube, however you like to call it, is you're just going to follow those score lines and burnish them. Okay? So again, this card is super easy to make and gives you lots of options and allows you to make tons of cards. Oh, crafts fair. Awesome. So here's how it turns into a column, is it goes like so. So it's very similar to other cards we've made, except this is a 1.5 inch column. And then to flatten it so you can mail it, it's going to just fold like that. Ta-da! So everybody's going to get it like this, but then when they pull it out of the envelope, it pops like that and sits very nicely on their counter or their display or wherever they're putting it. So you can have tons of fun with this, and you can decorate all the sides. You still have room to write here, or you could just write on the whole back of the actual card. So now we're going to just decorate this with our pieces. So we have our two, which I pretty much did on these two sides here. So I'm gonna lay that flat. And we're gonna add those two there. I didn't do it in the middle because I know this is where that goes. So you could do all three. You know, I could do all three. I just chose not to. And then we're gonna add that there. You definitely don't want to do anything on the last one because that last one is going to be glued to create your cube or your column. Okay. So then this goes here like so. There you go. Now I also added one little piece here so that when it's folded and it's sitting flat, you see that little piece here as well. So like I said, you could go all three or just the one, like this. So then we're gonna add that in. And line that up here. So again, I only did a 1/16 of an inch all the way around. So if you prefer something wider, then by all means, go ahead. So, but this is super simple, quick and easy to make. Now, this is gonna sit right there. So there's your little card. So you can put that anywhere you want. You can have it lower and add something there, center it, or closer to the top. But either way, when it's done, it pops up like so. And then this card is finished. So for Christmas, real simple and fun, and it's gonna be like Rice Krispies. Everybody thinks you did a ton of them. So Michelle, this is an easy card you can even do for craft fairs and show it and display it, and then people could buy sets of it. I mean, it's all cardstock and they will buy. So we're just going to add our glue here now to make our column. Put my initial in the middle, and then we're just gonna fold it over like so. And give that a little bit of a press. And then you can see it pops up and you have your column. Now we just need to add this on. So you can use dimensionals here again if you'd like. I believe I did. I believe I popped mine up. So let's just do that. I'm like, where are my dimensionals? Right here. So you got to be careful though. So when you do your dimensionals, you want it in the middle here. If you put it anywhere along this edge, obviously you will not be able to open this card. So we're just gonna pop that down the middle to make sure we are good. And I'll just stick one more in this corner here. Haha, I'm prepared this time. Made sure I had extra dimensionals sitting here because I've been using them a lot. Especially having 2 house parties. Whew, 2 home parties, so much fun. I forgot how much fun in-person house parties are. So if you ever want to have a girls' night, I call them stamp and sip nights. By all means, let me know. And I will be there. They're so much fun. Okay, there we go. Make sure my... And ta-da! Popped up slider. So let's bring out those festive pearls again. And then you can add in your pearls. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to stamp my presents. So I stamped presents in the trunk. So I'll do that after, so we won't waste time. And I forgot to put our presents in. Oops. So note to self, you know, learn from my mistakes here. Make sure you put your presents in the box. Oh my. Okay, so let's add, I'll just do what I did last time. I added 3 silvers along the bottom. And that one flipped. And I just try and make them straight. So you could put the presents or the tree, because remember there's trees in this as well. There's a little tree you could stick in there, or presents. And then obviously, because this card is not limited to Christmas, or this stamp set is not limited to Christmas, you can also put the plants, which I think would be a great spring one. And if you don't want to put anything at all, you obviously can just put the railings is another option. So you got lots of options in here. Flowers, pots, Christmas presents, and the tree to put in the trunk. And my original, I put presents. And then just colored it with real red, old olive, lemon lolly, and I believe that's Night of Navy. There you go. And that is our second card. How are we doing for time? Oh, pretty good. Okay, we have time for our third. Okay, so my third design, I don't want to leave you too long. 3 for sure, 4 maybe. Now, if you do want to see a 4th one, then, you know, just comment. And I will show you a 4th one. Ooh, I almost threw those in the garbage. Okay, so my third design is inspired by, oh shoot, I didn't put her name on the back. I forget who. I can't remember who this was inspired by. Okay, but it's not exactly the same. But this is the card I used in the in my 2 parties this past week. So we're gonna change it up a bit, and we are still using the Joy of Noel. Is that what it's called? Yeah, yeah. So Joy of Noel. And what I did was add some gold to this card and use the classic, Christmas classic dies, and obviously punched out the word Noel. This Noel is awesome. Honestly, the only reason I bought this set was for 2 things. Making spirits bright and this die. Because the fact that a die, I can cut out the words in one shot makes or letters, I should say, makes a huge difference. And here's something funny. Here's another laugh. So feel free to give me a laughing emoji. I could not for the life of me figure out what these two dots were. So, you know, this is why you have a team. So on our private team page, I sent this and said, Stampers, friends, tell me what these two dots were. So obviously it's for the top of Noel. So these two dots actually fit up there. So next week's Christmas series will show you how we take the Noel, use the two dots, and make a really fun card. So that's next week. So I was like, what is this? I tried different things, and then thank you, Murray and Sherry, for responding on our team page and telling me how to use those. Usually it's the leader telling the team, but you know, I don't know everything. Okay, so similar, I chose this gorgeous, so these are from the, what's that pack called again? I believe it's the Joyful Specialty paper, and it actually has all three of these patterns. And so I just use them differently here. And so we're going to assemble those together. So this is real simple. This is just a 1-inch strip. So you're making Christmas cards. Talk about a great way of making use of doing bulk. So 1-inch strip and a 1/2-inch strip. And how many can you get off a sheet if you have 1-inch strip on Specialty Designer Series paper, right? That's a lot. It's 24 pieces. So for your bulk Christmas cards, you can make 24 of these cards just off of one 12 by 12 sheet. How easy and awesome is that? Okay, so you might get a super long piece in your kit like this, because I got lazy and stopped cutting it and just went, you know what, why am I cutting off this 1/2 inch? You can cut off the 1/2 inch when you get it in your kit. So you do it. Because it's really not saving me. I'm just going to throw it in the garbage. I'm not keeping it. So again, oh, I didn't really, hang on, let me fix this. I didn't burnish my card base very well. So let me just fix that real quickly. There we go. And we're just going to trim off the excess. There. So you'll likely get long pieces in your kit, so just trim that off. Now, I decided to add some bling, more bling in here, and put that. Now, this is so big, it takes up the whole card front, so I didn't feel it needed a lot. So again, feel free to add whatever you want, but I think we should add ribbon. Where's I thought I had my plaid ribbon here. Let me just double check. And it's not, but it's right here. So, just grab that. There it is. Thought I had a piece cut. I probably do. Oh yeah, it's on the floor over there. I'm not gonna go get it. It's just faster if I just cut another piece. Wow. Okay. So normally on these I would use foam adhesive, but for this sake, we are just going to use dimensionals. So this is going to sit on top of this, which is then is going to sit on top of this. And then this is going to sit there. Cut a couple pieces of more foil, which we're going to stick along the top into this corner, just to give it a little something something. And I thought that corner, because we can tie a bow up there just to break it up a bit. What do you think? Sound good? You know, feel free to emoji me or tell me I'm crazy. If you got a different design idea, please do tell me and I will try it. So we're gonna add a couple dimensionals on this Noel. Now, this is tight, so again, I would highly recommend you using our foam adhesive sheets when you do this, because it's just a lot easier. And then you get the whole surface covered. So add that to your order. That way it's ready for when you receive my kit. There you go. Makes life so much easier. And we'll stick one there. And another one there. So I could trim, but it should be fine. It's not a fun fold where people will open and close it multiple times, so we should be good. So let me just grab my glue scissors here, and I'm gonna add a little strip into that E, so that way we have a little bit of a balance in there. Hopefully it's skinny enough, maybe not quite. So I always have a pair of paper snips that I specifically use for glue only, and this is why. Now you could use foam strips, but again, if you use the foam adhesive sheets that we sell, it makes life so much easier. Okay, so let's dry fit this so that I know where to put everything. Noel. Okay, there we go. And that one there, and that one there. Got to make sure it all fits, because if it doesn't fit, we're in trouble. It should fit. Don't worry, I've done it before. It's just a matter of making sure I get it straight. Okay, looks good enough. So I'm gonna get that in there. Make sure my N is, I did notice that the N does go a certain way. So just FYI on that. And then the O. Oh. Okay. There you go. Okay, how many Christmas cards do you all have to make? What's your magic number this year? You gotta get that guy off, because he might not be in the right spot. Have you started making a list? Or do you just make a bunch of cards? Because I started a list, and my list is insane. I'm like, how did I get so many all of a sudden? And any answers? No? No one's going to share? No one wants to admit how many cards they actually have to make for family and friends, and not craft fairs, but just your personal cards. There we go. No, well, I almost feel like I should have put one there, but we'll see how it goes. For this, I'm just going to use some Seal Plus in the corner. I just felt like it needed a little more poppity pop. Just to, you know, get that color in there. Now, you don't have to do this, but you'll get the 2 hollies in your kit. And please, by all means, feel free to share your design. Oh, I didn't put that. I need more. I want it a little higher. Wait. There. That's okay. Nobody's going to see the back. I just want it a little higher. So you could use, obviously, mini glue dots. Oh, that's too high. There. And that's going to sit right there. So much pattern on that. Love it. Okay, and we're just going to glue that down. No numbers yet? Uh-oh. I am close to 50 at this point. So, one of these fun designs are definitely going to be my card. But I still can't decide because I also made some other fun ones and I'm like, oh, so I might do a mash of a whole bunch of different ones and see who gets what. But no numbers yet. Oi, oi. Okay. Interested. Okay, we're gonna add some glue here, right in the center. I always put my initial to give a little bit of love. You see it a little bit more on that one. And we're just gonna plop this in so you can see how much space this actually takes up on the card front. So, I mean, if you want to die cut 50 of these, by all means, go ahead. And I just want to see whether or not adding a bow makes sense, because I did on my other one, but I don't know if I want to do that here. And I don't think I want to do it white. I think I'm going to color it. So, did you know you can color these? Did you know that? So, we could add a little bow on the corner there. What you think? What do you think? Add the bow, no bow. I make them for my mother-in-law. Oh, so she gets a batch too? Wow. That's awesome. My mom does not like cards. Okay, I should rephrase that. She likes it when I give her homemade cards. She asks me on occasion for a card, custom card. At Christmas, I do give her a batch for birthdays, whatever. But she likes the big cards because no bow. Okay, no bow. So, FYI, if I do put a bow, I would color this red because did you know that you can? You can add ink to our bows. And to this here, it's actually I actually got that, was inspired by that in our, in the mini album, because they actually colored it. And I would put that right there. But Kathy says no bow, so I'm not going to put the bow. Okay, so we're going to add bling though. So let's grab our Festive Pearls again. Back to the Festive Pearls. I'm telling you, look at that red. But we're just going to add a few gold. So just to spread and get rid of that blank space in the top right hand corner. So we will stick maybe 1, 2 up there, and then a third one. Oh, I think I need time to replace. I think I've had this take your pick tool for years and have not yet replaced any of the and placed my rubber end yet, but now I think it's time. Okay, that is our third. I have a third card. Third card. What you think? What you think? Dun, 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 dun. So simple, but easy to batch and easy to batch. So that's one. I think I'm out of time. Oh no, I still have a bit of time. And where's my other two? I'm going to pull this one in because we should have put the presents in there. So we've got 3 done so far. And where's our third card? I lost it. I lost our third card. It's here. It's here. It's here. It's here. It's here. It's here. It's somewhere. Oh my. Where's our third card? Oh, there it is. Because I did not put it back in the right spot. Okay, so those are 3 that you would get in your kit. Now, I do have a 4th if you know, we can end here because it's been an hour and over an hour, or we can keep going. Oops. Just let me know. And you would get the 4th in the kit. Or I could save it for next week. Maybe I should save it for next week. Maybe that's what I should do. I should save it for next week. Don't you think? So, But it's a simple cardigan, easy to make, and you can get away with a 12 by 12 basic white. So I will save that one. Go for 4, Michelle. Oy, oy, oy. Go for 4, she says. Okay, this one I haven't fully finished in my design, but it's simple and it is fun. And there it is. Like, where's my ribbon? Because I'm going back to the gold again, and I'm going back to Noel. So I really super love this big one. Does anybody follow Jackie Williams? Because Jackie Williams made this card, and we use this one in one of my technique classes. And so I wanted to share spin off of it on this one. So this is your typical, what do you call it? Is this a 4x4? Because this should be, okay, that should be 4x4. And then this should be an inch. Let's just make sure. I might have this. Okay, this piece is too big. That's why. Okay, so this is your typical binding card, but we're going to use this beautiful one on here and just spin that design a bit. So, again, it'll come like this with 2 squares. So these squares are only 4x4 because this is 4 1/4. So you'll end up with 4 1/4, 4 1/4. Obviously, this is 4 1/4 right there. So you got 5 1/2 as always. So when you take off 4 1/4, you're left with this 1 1/4 inch piece. So that's where we're going to score it. So we're going to score. I got to clean up a bit first because I need a 4 1/4 piece. So we're going to score at 4 1/4. And that's going to be our binding. So score that at 4 1/4, which is the front of your card. Again, so easy to make. And then this piece, so you're left with 1 1/4, right? Just make sure. Yep, my math is right. So this piece needs to be 1 inch, and I put it at 1 1/4. So wasn't thinking. So your kit will have a 1 inch by 4 inch. This better be 4 inches too. Piece in your kit. So when you order, like I said, you'll get all 4 of these for free for ordering with me. Doesn't matter how big the order is. It's just an order. Now, that should fit. Perfect. It fits. And then we're going to take silver or gold. Your call. You tell me if we go silver or gold. Now, this is going to be a bookbind design, which means then this opens like so, and then you've got your 4 inch square on the inside. So that one, and then this one. Now this one, we're going to also need Noel, but we're going to do the Noel in red. And then this stamp, this big guy, is going to go right here along the edge. And our Noel sits right there. I love it. So I love this big stamp. It's just gorgeous. Okay, so we're going to pick that up, and we will have to do some coloring. And so this was a technique card I did with one of the parties. They were more avid stampers. So, and just wanted to show them another trick or two. So we're gonna stick that. So you could do this one multiple times like I did on the other one. But we're not going to. We're just gonna have this coming off to the side like so. There you go. And then we're going to do a bit of blending because it's just so white. So Where is my red? And I probably still have, still have lots on there. So we're just gonna come in, go along the edges, just to soften this up, because it's so blah, and it's so harsh. Now, you notice I didn't add any ink on here, because there is so much on here from previous blending. So now you have that. And of course, you can do as much or as little as you like. So no rhyme or reason. And then we're gonna grab some blends. Now what I did notice when I made this card was that I didn't have any shaded spruce. Shaded spruce blends. And I was like, what? How do I not have shaded spruce blends? I have every color in the world and I don't have shaded spruce. How is that possible? So, back to basics, folks. Holy smokes, I'm a crooked mess. Let's get this straight. And we showed everybody how to use blender pens again. Do you remember blender pens? So, have a little bit of ink there. So we also used it for some watercoloring, but that's another day, another time. And colored in where I needed to color in. Where's my other sample card? I actually have this card finished, but can't seem to find it. So blender pens are so much fun because they're easy to use. So you just pick up a bit of ink and add that where you think you needed it. So I used it here on these, what are these called? Holly something. And the more you use it, depending how much ink you put on there, take a bit off, the lighter it'll get. So depends how much ink you got on there. So I had a little too much, so you can see I just wipe it off and add that in there. So let's see. Oh, there's another one. So we'll do the shade lines, and then I'll take off a bit of that, and then too much still, and try and do the light, do it lighter along the inside. So it looks like you actually had blends. So before blends came along, this is what we used to do, was you would buy blender pens and any color, because all you do is wipe it off, and once it goes clear, you're good to go and dip into another color. When was the last time you used a blender pen? Be honest. Come on, peeps. When was the last time? But it's a fun technique that you can teach and share with beginners and avid stampers. But it's one of those forgotten ones because there's so many alcohol markers nowadays that people forget about it. Probably doesn't do good with sales. It's cheaper to buy a blender pen than it is to buy to buy blends. Did I say that out loud? Now, when you share this video, everyone's going to know that. Very recently. Awesome. What did you use it for? That's what I'd like to know, too. Way to go, Michelle. You're a rock star. Okay. Add that in there. There we go. And then to clean it, all we do is keep rubbing and the tip until it's clear. And we're done. Very recently. Okay. Now we're going to color in our leaves. Now, everybody has their own blending technique, but you know, Wendy taught me well. And I like to, and Jen Shirkis, she's a Lawn Fawn rep. She's done lots of classes with us. And I like to do a base first and then come in with my dark and blend. So And you can do different shades. I do like to do different shades now. Gonna add that. So I'm gonna leave my cap off so I don't forget, and I'm good to go. So I'm gonna add a little bit here, but I'm gonna miss that berry and go a little bit on the tip here. Then I'm gonna blend it. I'm not gonna shade in where that berry is because I want it to look like it popped in from behind. There we go. And then on this one, maybe I'll do the edge and this, so you see different. When it dries, it'll look like it was literally watercolor blended. And then maybe here on this side as well, because it's joint, and maybe I'll do half and blend that in just to get that harsh line out. And this one I'll just do the end and tip. Lots of fun ways to color. There we go. Oops. And I gotta make sure I put the lids back onto the right marker. I do that often too. So now I'm gonna grab cherry. Oh, I had it prepped. I had it prepped and ready to go. Where is it? Well, this is why I shouldn't prep. I had the, put that with the others. I had the red sitting here. Can't find it. So I was going to use cherry, so we'll just use real red. This is dark. Again, I'm going in with the light. Where is my cherry? Cherry cobbler. I had cherry cobbler sitting here, ready to roll, and it's now MIA. No shocker there. Color, color, color. I'm just zooming in real fast here. Oh, my computer just died. Can't see your comments. Uh-oh, I'm losing power. Hang on, folks. I'm losing power. Something's going on. Hang on. We're going retro. For some reason, I'm losing power here. Wow, what's going on with that one, right? What happened? Okay, I'm gonna just unplug this light. I apologize, but for some reason, my laptop, hang on a sec. I gotta fix this. That's why. I always do this. I always end up putting it in the wrong slot. I'm gonna have to label that. Okay, sorry. We were adding color here. Normally I do this in small batches, but for time's sake, big. Now, I can't see your comments at the moment, but I will definitely come back and respond. So don't think I forgot you. Okay. At the lake mostly when I forget markers at home. Yes, very true. Very true. Okay, so now I'm going to take the Noel and I'm going to cut that on my mini boss. So I'm just going to do it behind so that it doesn't mess my stuff here. Also, it moves my paper. So it'll get you dizzy. So I'm just running it through the mini emboss. Ta-da! And then there's our 4 Oops, I forgot to use the adhesive sheets again. Just to show you. The whole reason I didn't cut it out was so that I could show you the adhesive sheets. The foam adhesive sheets, and then I forget. Winner. Okay, so we got that. So now I'm just gonna also add some color to the bottom of these guys. So that was real red. So I think I'm gonna need a little bit of real red. And it's just to soften it up a bit. More technique. Looks like I used quite a bit off of there already. And as always, you'll notice I do not have a Stampin' Up! Blending brush that I'm using right now, because blending brushes was something I used a lot of, and I still do when I'm scrapbooking. So, bought these long time ago, years ago, before Stampin' Up! Was selling their own. So I'm not gonna go and invest in a million more. Like, I still, anytime I need them. So I have a mix. I have these and the Stampin' Up! Ones. There we go. I even have the minis, but... So that just softens it up a bit. It's hard to tell. You can't really see it in the photo or in the picture, but it is softer. I don't think you can see it very well, because I'm looking at the screen and it's not very obvious that well, you can kind of tell, but I don't think, oh yeah, a little. So you can see it's lighter here and darker there. Okay, so a little bit. I gotta make sure I don't. Now I got ink all over my nails and everything. Okay, so all we're going to do is add the Noel here. Now, what you can do too, if you have time, and I strongly recommend it, is to heat emboss. Oh, I can't even spell Noel. Is to heat emboss Joyous Noel on here. That's what I would do as an added touch. So for anyone that would like to, I would definitely add that in here. So there you go. There's your Noel. So we're going to, again, use dimensionals to pop that up. So where's my minis? I'll use the whites. Thanks, Alana. I'm glad you think it's pretty. So, but it's what I use in our technique, as a technique piece for my last party, because these are people who have been stamping with me for a long time, and so they wanted to learn something new, and I thought it would be fun to teach them this. Okay, so a little bit of blending and a little bit of the pen, which we haven't done in so long. Okay, so the N, then we got the O. Oops. Let's see if I can add a second in there, just in case. So anyway, back to my mom. She loves to cook, which is not a bad thing for us, because we get lots of food, because her hobby is cooking. And the nice thing is we get all that. So at Christmas, I always just give her a whole stack. Obviously anniversary, sympathy cards, because, you know, they are in their 80s. So unfortunately, they lose a lot of friends. So I give her card packs. So for different occasions. And those are fun to sell at craft fairs as well. There we go. And then we need that little peasy one in the middle. A really, really skinny one. Super duper skinny. To pop right in the center. Just to hold that one. Could put it on the other 2 tips, but I don't think it needs it. Okay, and then the L on the back. And this is our 4th. So when you place your order, just remember, you got to use this host code or just email me your order. And then you will get the kit. So Kathy, I already have yours. So you will receive the kit for sure. And I'll package that up. Well, I already have started. I always try and do a couple packs ahead of time, just in case. Just to buy me some time. And then as soon as your order is placed, then I can quickly put the kit together and then just mail it. Or in Kathy's case, deliver, because she's not far from me. Oops, that L's crooked. That L is crooked. Okay, and there you go. So now you can add a little bow there with crumb cake. But we're gonna put a bow on here. So now assemble our card. So this just goes here. Forgot we have to assemble the card. Spent all that time. Spent all that time doing technique, but so worth it. And add our little strip here. Okay. Did you guys decide on silver or gold? I missed it. I apologize because my computer crashed. So gold it is. Again, just gonna take some tape. I apologize. My computer crashed and for some reason, oh yeah, that's right. Because I wasn't smart and put the power on the wrong slot. And so it didn't register. And then, so my battery died. So now I can't see your comments. I can catch a few, just whatever shows up on my phone here from the back side, but that's it. So we're just gonna add this here, trying to center it as best as I can. Then we're gonna close this up. So to close it up, I like to use Seal Plus, just to be on the safe side, because it's stronger. The air of caution. And then this goes like so. Sure that's all in the right spot. Then I can go in and tie my bow. Don't worry, I'll cut you a nice strip of it. So this one I'm just gonna knot because it's just string and makes, if I want to put a mini glue dot, I know where to add it. And there you go. And do a nice, decent bow. I don't want it to be the center of attention. You could also do crisscross, crisscross, crisscross. I should have did that to show you because it's super cute. Maybe I'll do that next one. I'll do that next week. I'll show you that card. It's so fun. Okay, got that, and then trim that. We are going to use a mini glue dot behind there. But I want to put this down first so I know. So that I know where it goes. And then we just need to glue the inside. And there's my square. Whoop, whoop. Like so. And then this one, you can stamp a sentiment on it and then glue it down. I like to write lots, you know, and there's 5 of us, so I always sign it, the Batstones, and literally write Bart, Nam, Brady, Benjamin, Bishop. So I need lots of writing space. So that's why I'm keeping this one blank. But if you don't use a lot of writing, then by all means, put a sentiment in there. We have so many good ones. One of my favorites is the Very Best Occasions one. That one's a lot of fun. It's got tons in there. And I'm going to need my gold again. And we're just going to add some of this again. So Festive Pearls, gotta love it. It's perfect for the holidays, and you get so many in this pack. So I'm just gonna pop these around this jewel here to give it some bling along the side and up. And there you go. So we've done it. We've done four Christmas cards for the first week of the Christmas series that are easy to create for bulk and for your holiday Christmas. So I'm just gonna roll a mini glue dot to put this guy where I want it. Did I get it on there? Yes, I did. Okay, and that'll help keep him in place, like so. Now, when I put this in my card, I like this one to be long. So when it goes in the envelope, I'm gonna string it so that these stay down. It looks funny right now because it came off the roll, but when it goes in the envelope, it will float nicely this way. Just an FYI. So it looks funny right now. I just want you to know that. But I don't want to cut it because I like mine long, and then it can hang down in this. So then when it gets to the recipient, this one does look a little longer. It'll be flatter in the mail. Okay, so that was my fourth card. So we have done all four of them, and I hope you've enjoyed that class and appreciate them and they inspire you. Feel free to take any of those designs, use them for yourself, and get your Christmas cards done. So just a reminder, don't forget, there's bingo, there is the mini album, and of course, for this week only, whoever places an order up until the next, on Saturday midnight, then you'll get all four of these cards, without the stamping, of course, sent to you for free for placing an order with me. Okay, so I'm glad you liked them. Thank you, Michelle. And good luck to you for prepping for your craft fair. And we shall see you all next Sunday. Thank you. Have a great week. And, or I might see you at bingo. See you on Thursday at bingo, or on stage on Saturday, or mini album class on Sunday. Thank you. Have a great night. Happy stamping.